Hello, this is the Bible in fewer words. We are Carol and Steve Wells. This is episode 76, Deuteronomy, chapters 28 through 30. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Carol.
Well, I think this is the penultimate Deuteronomy episode.
That's right. We have one more to go.
Yeah.
And this is going to seem kind of similar to people that have listened to episode 54 in Leviticus chapter 26. There was a list of blessings and curses that would follow if you obeyed or refused to obey God. Blessings if you obey, curses if you don't.
And this is Moses kind of saying, remember back then?
It is. He's repeating it. And the only reason I'm including it here is that the lists are a little bit different.
Okay.
And so I kind of compared them, and when they were different, I kept them. I want you to know all the blessings and curses that you have if you obey God.
Okay. Or if you disobey him.
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of a long thing that we're going through
It
today.
is, but we'll go through them kind of fast.
Okay.
So it shouldn't take too long.
Great. I guess it'll be shorter if we get started.
Yeah.
All right. Chapter 28, verse 1. If you obey God, all these blessings will come upon you. You'll be blessed in the city and in the field. Your children, crops, cattle, and sheep will be blessed. You'll be blessed when you come in and blessed when you go out. You know, I sound a little bit like Dr. Seuss.
It does. And I think, I'm not sure, but I have heard some people say that this coming in and going out thing,
Yes.
that's like going to battle.
Oh, okay. Going to war, you're going out, and then you come back in.
Yeah, but I don't know. Anyway, you'll be blessed when you go in and you come out.
Okay.
God will cause your enemies to be killed right in front of you. Everyone on earth will be afraid of you. God will make you the head, not the tail. You'll be above, not below.
All right, I'm just going to take that literally and not let my mind wander as to what that might be. Tail, head, above, below.
Yeah, well, okay.
It's just kind of weird language.
I don't think it's meant to be literal.
Okay.
I think you're going to be above everyone else if you follow him, and below if you don't. And you'll be the leader, like a head kind of leads and the tail kind of wags along behind. I don't know. Anyway, that'll happen to you. It'll be good if you obey God. Now, we've got a list now of things that will happen if you don't.
Yeah. This not be good.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. But you know what? That's a relatively short list of blessings.
Yeah, right.
Compared to the list of cursings.
Yeah. And not very detailed. I mean, it'll be nice, it'll be good, but
All
not
right.
too many details. Now we're going to get some details on things that'll happen if you don't.
So verse 15. But if you don't obey God, it reminds me of a song. But let a woman in your life. Na 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 na. No? You don't remember that?
No.
But if you don't obey God and observe all of his commandments, all of the following curses will come upon you. God will curse you in the city. He'll curse you in the field. He'll curse your children, land, and sheep. All we need is a little rhyme here, Steve.
Yeah, I know. I'm not much of a poet, so I probably could have come up with one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. He'll curse your children, land, and sheep. He'll curse you when you come in, and he'll curse you when you go out.
He'll destroy you with cursing, vexation, and rebuke until you are destroyed and die quickly for your wickedness. Frankly, I think dying slowly would be more worser.
Yeah, I'm surprised God didn't think of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He'll consume you with pestilence. He'll smite you with consumption, fever, inflammation, burning, the sword, blasting, and mildew. Mildew. Yeah. He'll pursue you until you're dead.
God will make the rain powder and dust until you are destroyed.
I've never had it rain powder and dust before. That's kind of like with Mount St. Helens when it kind of rained powder and dust then.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Was that May 1st, 1980?
Yeah. So it was, around there. Mm-hmm.
raining powder and dust, so like a sandstorm maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's what's going to happen. Your carcass will be eaten by birds and beasts, and no one will scare them away.
God will smite you with the botch of Egypt, hemorrhoids, the scab, and the itch from which you will not be healed. I've never heard of, what's a botch? What's the botch from Egypt?
I don't know. But the botch from Egypt. Not sure. He'll smite you with madness, blindness, and astonishment of heart.
You'll get married, and another man will have sex with your wife. You'll build a house, but not live in it. Plant a vineyard, but gather no grapes.
Your ox will be killed in front of you, and you won't eat it.
Your sons and daughters shall be given away.
You'll go mad because of the things you see.
Worms will eat your grapes, so you won't drink any wine.
Your sons and daughters will be enslaved.
The stranger will be the head, and you'll be the tail.
These curses will be a sign and a wonder upon your seed forever, descendants forever.
Uh-huh. Didn't we just talk about that? God was not going to do that anymore last episode?
What?
That he wasn't going to curse people for more than 3 generations.
That
was a blessing from yesterday.
Yeah.
And now it's a curse.
Well, yeah, but that's a whole different thing. That's if you obey him.
Oh, you're right. You're
You know.
right. 56.
The tender and delicate woman among you will have an evil eye toward her husband and toward her children, whom she shall eat.
Oh, okay. Don't eat your kids. Wasn't there something about
Well, you will. You will eat your kids if you don't obey God.
Don't boil a kid in its mother's milk.
No, it's
I'm
totally
mixing
different.
metaphors here.
Yeah, okay.
If you don't do all the words of this law that are written in this book, God will make wonderful plagues and sore sickness fall upon you.
Yeah. He's got quite an imagination for that.
Yes, and to call plagues, any plague, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Moreover, he'll give you all the diseases of Egypt and every sickness and plague that is written about in this book until you're destroyed.
And you'll be few in number, and God will rejoice over you as he destroys you.
God will give you a trembling heart, failing eyes, and sorrow of mind. You'll be so scared in the morning that you'll wish it were evening. In the evening, you'll wish it were morning.
God will send you to Egypt on ships, where you'll be sold to your enemies as slaves. But even they won't buy you.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now Moses calls everyone together in Israel and tells them some more stuff.
All right, so this is chapter 29.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen great temptations, signs, and miracles. And yet God hasn't given you a heart to perceive, eyes to see, and ears to hear.
I have led you for 40 years in the wilderness, and yet your clothes and shoes haven't worn out.
He's really proud of that little trick.
It is really good shoes. Of course, they all died, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
I mean, just their kids survived, because God made sure that all of the people that left Egypt died before they reached the promised land.
So there are a bunch of shoes in the desert somewhere that just keep on going.
I suppose that the children probably took their parents' shoes.
Yeah,
I
probably.
would, yeah.
You haven't eaten bread, drunk wine, or strong drink, so that you might know that I am God.
Yeah, I don't get that one too much. We smote Sihon and Og. We took their land and gave it to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and half of the tribe of Manasseh.
Why is it only half of the tribe of Manasseh?
I forget. But remember, those are the tribes that said, we like it here. After
we want to stay here.
Sihon and Og, we want to stay here.
Yeah. If someone among you serves the gods of other nations and follows his own heart, saying, I will have peace, though I walk in the imagination of my own heart.
God will not spare him, but his jealousy will smote against that man. And all the curses that are written in this book will fall upon him, and God will blot out his name.
So your children and strangers see all the plagues and sicknesses that God has laid upon you, with the brimstone, salt, and burning, like God did at Sodom and Gomorrah.
All the nations will say, "Why did God do this to this land? What made him so angry?"
Then people will say, they didn't obey God after he brought them out of Egypt. So God got angry at the land and brought all the curses that are written in this book.
The secret things belong to God, but the things that are revealed belong to us. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
But I threw it in there because I thought it was interesting. But I guess God has secrets.
Uh-huh.
But the things that he's revealed belong to us.
Uh-huh. And they're not secrets anymore, I guess.
I guess.
He's revealed them. Chapter 30. After God has sent you the blessing and the curse, and you've begun to obey him again, he'll have compassion on you and return you from the nations where he scattered you and do good to you.
God will circumcise your heart and the hearts of your children.
I don't know how he does that. And he'll put all the curses that he threatened you with on your enemies instead.
God will give you two choices, life and death, blessing and cursing. Choose life, so that you and your descendants may live. This last verse here is one that you see a lot, and one of the most quoted verses in Deuteronomy, maybe in the whole Pentateuch, because it's so cheery.
Choose life.
Choose life. You have a choice. You see, free will and all that.
Yes.
And you have a choice, to either follow God or don't follow God. And choose life, that's the bumper sticker that you sometimes see. It's taken from this verse.
So that's it. Choose life so that you and your descendants may live.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of this episode.
Yes, it is.
Huh. Well, that wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be.
No, I think these blessings and curses are kind of fun.
There are more curses than blessings.
Yes.
He's really good at metering out the curses.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing this with me.
Sure.
And listeners, thank you for staying with us. And we hope you have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.